Hello watch lovers! So in every luxury watch brand's catalogue is an entry-level model, one that offers a taste of its heritage, craftsmanship and technical expertise at a far lower price than its top-tier watches. And today I'm looking at the most affordable mechanical watches from 12 of your favourite brands. And if you're looking for a pre-owned watch, you can find all these brands and more over at Watchfinder. Here then are a dozen mechanical watches that kick down the front door and get you inside the world of watchmaking's finest. Starting with Grand Seiko, a brand that's synonymous with ultra-precise, impeccably finished mechanical watches with a pedigree that is on par with even the most renowned Swiss maisons. This Grand Seiko Elegance Collection SBGW 301, which replaces the beloved SBGW 231, is the most affordable of its solely mechanical watches at £4,400 brand new. Sometimes called the Japanese Calatrava, it's a stainless steel dress watch that resembles classic versions of Patek Philippe's flagship models thanks to its quality of finishing, understated aesthetic, slim profile and manual wind movement, which can be viewed through the case back. This being a Grand Seiko, the 37mm case has been polished using its famed Zaratsu technique for a mirror-like finish. And this is echoed in its faceted hour markers and hands, maximising legibility. These have been applied to an off-white dial that the brand says is inspired by Japanese rice harvesting season. I'm not familiar with such a time, so I'll take their word for it. Otherwise, I would say it was beigey. This time-only watch is powered by the manual wind caliber 9S64, which is made entirely by Grand Seiko, with every component, even the lubricating oils, made in-house. Quite simply, it's hard to find fault with anything about it. It's one of the best value watches in its price range. Omega doesn't really have an entry-level collection, but its most affordable mechanical watch can be found in the Ville Prestige family. You can buy this stainless steel time and date model for £4,300, which is exactly £1,000 less than the most affordable Seamaster. But this certainly isn't anything less than the premium feel you'd expect from an Omega watch. Thanks to its unusual sun-brushed midnight blue dial that alternates slender applied Roman numerals with cabochon hour markers. There's also a date window at 6 o'clock, a railroad minute track at the edge of the dial, and extra thin leaf-style hands. In fact, everything about this watch is slim, including the case, which is 9.93mm. Despite the price difference between this and an entry-level Seamaster, this watch uses the same movement, namely the caliber 8800, a METAS-certified chronometer featuring the coaxial escapement. The DeVille series doesn't have the cultural cachet of the Seamaster or Speedmaster, but this is an Omega line that stretches back to the 1960s and is now a fully embedded member of the Omega family, sharing dress watch duties with the Constellation. Also worth a mention is the classic Railmaster, a time-only stainless steel tool watch that first appeared in 1957. At £5,200, it's one of the most affordable mechanical Omega models to come with a bracelet rather than a strap. And it's the kind of versatile daily beater you can wear pretty much anywhere, thanks to its 38mm case size and 150m water resistance. It runs on the automatic caliber 8806, identical to the 8800, apart from the omission of the date function. Now, the Rolex Oyster Perpetual might just be the best everyday Rolex watch. Classical and clean, it's hard to find fault with its timeless design. And it just so happens to be Rolex's entry-level timepiece too. £5,600 gets you the 36mm Oyster steel version of the watch on which Rolex built its reputation. The sturdy shoulders on which all other Rolex models stand. It was famously the first watch to combine a screw-down waterproof case with a self-winding movement, and the Oyster celebrates its 100th anniversary this year, as if any proof was needed that this is a perennial favourite. It's the very epitome of the versatile stainless steel daily wear, coming in a variety of dial colours and on the classic 3-link Oyster bracelet. The current Oyster Perpetual in a 36mm case runs on a superlative chronometer caliber 3230 movement, meaning it's been awarded both official chronometer certification and Rolex's own certification after casing. The 70-hour power reserve is on par with most modern Rolex movements, which are in-house and world-renowned for their robust build quality. Believe it or not, you can still buy a watch from Rolex's sister brand for under £2,000. But as we're about to see, it's not what you'd expect. This stainless steel 36mm model from the 1926 collection costs £1,870 and features an embossed opaline dial with blue hour markers and hands and a date window at 3 o'clock. Inside you'll find the caliber T601, which offers 38 hours of power reserve and 100 metres of water resistance. This version comes on a strap, but you can get it on a bracelet for £100 more. Now, if you want to get into Tudor's sports watches, but the Black Bay series is a little out of reach, then there's always the Ranger, the brand's very capable answer to the Rolex Explorer. £2,750 gets you a 36mm time-only stainless steel version on a fabric strap with handsome military looks and Tudor's own COSC-certified MT5400 automatic movement. It's 100 metres water resistant, like the Explorer, and you can choose from 2 dial options, black or white. Well, it's technically dune white, according to Tudor, and it's actually more of a light, sandy, creamy beige, but you get the idea. Now, when my watch newbie friends ask me for nuggets of luxury watch buying wisdom, as they often do, I usually tell them to call back later because I'm watching my stories, but more often than not, I will point them in the direction of Longines. Longines has the rare combination of being an accessible brand with value-packed offerings combined with a history stretching back to when Queen Victoria was just a nipper, still eating marathon bars and playing with pogs. So this is the Longines flagship classic, suitably named and with a subtly stepped stainless steel 38.5mm round case and a matte white dial with a date window at 3, silvered polished hands and printed Roman numerals. Although there are other dial variations, including a very nice one in Sunray Blue. It's water resistant to 30 metres, has a slim 8.2mm profile and comes with an ETA-based caliber, the L8885 automatic movement with 70-hour power reserve and silicon balance spring. Although this one comes on an elegant 5-link stainless steel bracelet, it would look especially classy on a black leather strap, maybe even, dare I say, Cartier-esque, or Cartier-esque, if you will. At £1,550, it's good value for money for such a timeless piece. If you fancied something a little sportier, the Hydro Conquest is also worth a mention. This is Longines' answer to the Seamaster or Submariner, and it's a solid stainless steel dive watch with a date function, great dial legibility, and 300 metres water resistance. It comes in 3 sizes, 39, 41 and 43mm, and they all cost £1,700. For an entry-level mechanical Breitling, head for the Super Ocean Dive Watch collection. I particularly like this 42mm version on a rubber strap, which is priced at £4,550, but all steel case sizes from 36mm to 46mm are priced exactly the same. The Super Ocean is clearly where Breitling comes to cut loose and throw some colour around, and comparing this collection to the more conservative series like the Navitimer and the Chronomat is like comparing a calculator to a Tamagotchi. Dial colours range from turquoise to bold orange, and there are even versions with rainbow gradient hour markers, which is handy if you like the packet of Skittles multicoloured look but can't quite stretch to taste the rainbow Daytona. Pretty colours aside, these watches have solid dive watch specs with ceramic bezel inlays, chunky hands and markers with copious amounts of lume for superb legibility, and 300 metres water resistance. The Super Ocean automatic range, no matter the size, is powered by the automatic movement COSC certified caliber 17 with a power reserve of 38 hours. IWC's Pilot's watch is instantly recognisable and iconic thanks to its no-nonsense dial, highly legible design with large Arabic numerals, lume-filled sword-shaped hands, and the customary orientation triangle at 12 o'clock. While this version's 36mm case is noticeably smaller than your typical IWC, many of which are chronographs north of 40mm in size and look as though they should be strapped over the leather glove of a World War II fighter pilot, like all great pilots' watches should, but don't let the size and simplicity of this piece fool you. Beneath the hood is a movement that's a reminder of why IWC is revered by enthusiasts for its engineering expertise. The in-house caliber 32102 comes with a power reserve of 5 days, and that is pretty good for any watch these days, let alone an entry-level one. Other points of interest include the dark blue sunbrush dial and a caseback laser engraved with an image of Antoine de Saint-Exupéry's character Le Petit Prince. Now you can get one of Cartier's timeless, elegant and iconic tank models new for £4,900 with this time and date tank must. This extra large model in stainless steel features everything that's quintessential about Cartier watches, from the cabochon crown to the silvered dial with stylized Roman numerals and blued steel hands, and there's also a discrete calendar aperture at 6 o'clock. Don't be put off by this tank being labelled the extra large model. At 41mm by 31mm in diameter and 8.4mm thick, this is a sleek and surprisingly versatile watch that doesn't always have to be paired with your nicest suit. Muhammad Ali actually wore his dinky Cartier tank with a plain white t-shirt, and no one seemed to complain. Not openly, or within earshot anyway. Inside you'll find Cartier's automatic caliber 1847MC, which has a power reserve of 40 hours. There's no watch quite like Jaeger-LeCoultre's Reverso, with its ingenious case that swivels around to protect the dial side. An entry-level mechanical Reverso will cost you £7,200, and for this you get one of the brand's most celebrated models, an Art Deco icon that has often been a showcase for technical innovation, complication and craftsmanship, and with the caseback often used to display vivid enamel masterpieces or another dial. This is a time-only model in steel, and here the reverse side is plain, but there are plenty of design flourishes to get excited about, like the guilloche dial framed by the case's iconic gadroons, and if you ever get bored of the plain caseback and want to jazz it up, then Jaeger-LeCoultre offers its own personalisation service. Reverse carefully, me. This one is 35.78mm by 21mm, and inside is the in-house manual wind caliber 846 with a 50-hour power reserve. Of the hallowed big three of the watch industry, namely Patek Philippe, Audemars Piguet and Vacheron Constantin, it's the latter that offers the most affordable mechanical watch. This time and date 56 model costs £12,600, and it comes in a 40mm stainless steel case. Its concentric sector dial is offered in either silver or petrol blue and features a date at 3 as well as 18-karat gold batten hands and alternating block indices and Arabic numerals. The 56 is a relatively new addition to the Vacheron Constantin catalogue, and it was introduced in 2018 but takes inspiration from an earlier model from 1956. The reference 6073, notable for being one of the very first of the brand's watches to feature an automatic movement. There's no mistaking that this is a watch from a high-end brand, and it impresses from every angle, especially on the reverse, where you can observe the beautifully finished caliber 1326 with its 48-hour power reserve and 22-karat yellow gold winding rotor. Next, we have the Saxonia Thin at £22,900, the most affordable watch in the incredible catalogue of our Lange Söhne. Besides the sporty Odysseus and extremely rare one-offs for charity, Lange doesn't really make stainless steel watches, so even its entry-level model is fashioned from gold. The white gold Saxonia Thin, reference 201027, is minimalist perfection, and its case size of 37mm is in the dress watch sweet spot. In true Lange tradition, its argente coloured dial is crafted from a disc of solid silver with batten hour markers and alpha style hands. This watch is immaculately finished and is the manufacturer's thinnest timepiece on offer, with a case thickness of 5.9mm. Through the case back you'll find the manual wind caliber L0931 with a quarter plate decorated in glasuta striping, plus the uniquely hand-engraved balance cock. It has a power reserve of 72 hours, and it's also offered in pink gold at the same price. Finally, there's Patek Philippe, and as the saying goes, gold wouldn't be gold if it was easy to get. And Patek Philippe is a brand that doesn't do anything by half measures. And all of that is to say that Patek Philippe's most affordable watch is its 39mm white gold Calatrava reference 6119G, which costs £30,280. This contemporary version of the brand's flagship model comes with the famous hobnail bezel and boasts a case thickness of just 8mm. Its dial is charcoal grey with a vertical satin finish and features a small seconds display at 6 o'clock. The Obus style hour markers and faceted Dauphine style hands put the finishing touches to this classic, while on the reverse you'll find an open caseback revealing the manual wind caliber 30255PS, exquisitely finished in a manner befitting the mighty Patek. Well, there you go. Those were the most affordable mechanical watches from 12 of your favourite brands. And if you want to check out more amazing watches, then why not head over to watchfinder.com and find your next pre-owned luxury watch. Or stick around and check out this video for even more affordable watches from the best luxury brands. Check it out, and I'll catch you next time. Goodbye.